Welcome back, everybody. I have a special video for you today. Today, well, considering the fact I'm recording this in like 2 in the morning, it is considered Saturday today. So, today I played against a YouTuber by the name of Chess Crusader. He is a chess content creator, 300 subscribers. We're like 100 gap difference. And he has lives on TikTok. He suddenly appeared in my feed on YouTube, and I got kind of interested. So, paid a visit here and there, joined his Discord, got on some streams, and we played 4 games today. Blitz games, 3 minute. Uh, there will be some blunders, there will be some inaccuracies, but there will also be some brilliancies. You never know with these games, right? You never know. Before we start, I want to say after you watch this video and you sub to me and you join my Discord and all that stuff, I want you to pay attention to the description and go sub to the guy. He deserves it. He's putting in the work with his YouTube content, giving some fine ideas on how to play chess. For chess noobs, this channel is mostly created for um, entertaining, but also sometimes learning from experience of mine. And that guy has a lot of videos on learning. You can also go check him out after this video. And second announcement is if next week there's a chance of a new video dropping, you can go, next week, either Thursday or Tuesday, there will be a new video. Probably not Thursday because there's going to be Liga tournaments eventually. High Elo, I have to commentate, I have to upload. Apart from that, anyway, I hope you enjoy today's games. I know this one was kind of late to record, but this is what it is. Let's get to the YouTuber games. Okay, so for the first game against the Chess Crusader, like I said in introduction, go subscribe to him. And to me, of course, don't just ignore me. Anyways, we have a ready opening. Now, like I said, I'm going to make a video about this on chess openings. There's going to be ping on the Discord. You can see that. If you are facing against a ready and you're a Sicilian fan, you can play c5 and invite a Sicilian. Of course, the Chess Crusader likes to play this fianchetto stuff. Against the fianchetto, like if there's like no pawn in the center, no nothing, except a knight, sometimes in rare cases just a pawn, you're just gonna try to take the center with d5. And now it's a King's Indian attack, which is like King's Indian defense, but for white, and it's called attack because white goes first. So we have bishop g2, knight c6, supporting the e5 pawn. There we go. And we get the 4 pawns in the center, and the ideal setup that we want. This is the setup. c3, knight f6, takes, queen a4, bishop d7. This is the ideal setup. Castles, bishop b7, queen c2 castles, knight b3, and b6. All right, so the idea of b6 is actually out of theory. I mean, that's not really quite theory. The idea of b6 is stop the knight from coming in. That's yeah, that's like the whole idea, the whole plan. Bishop g5. Okay, solid move. Just put some pressure on the knight. We have a nice little h6, bishop h4, and rook c8. Just try and get that open file. The ensign here says to take because it finds the dark square bishop kind of useless. But honestly, bishops are just better than knights objectively. And the fact that the bishop is actually threatened to be trapped. I didn't go for this because I thought it was a little too weakening. But even if you don't go for this, you're still winning because of the space advantage. Your pieces are well active, oiled up, and coordinated. And yeah. Queen d2. I mean, I can still trap the piece, but I don't want to at this point. Actually, if you try to trap the piece, it's actually kind of bad because you can sack and then just, bring the queen in. That looks kind of scary. And we're playing blitz, so I didn't go for that. Instead, I went knight takes e4, which was a free pawn. And we have a small miscount here. So, he tried to go danger levels, but we just trade queens, and then I take a rook, and it says here, retreat your bishop out of here. But instead, we just have the following position. Okay, terrific. So we're up. I mean, we're up a whole rook probably for a knight. Knight b2 and bishop g4, king g2, and now we're playing a nice little tactical flair here. e4. Obviously, the idea is that if he takes with the knight, then there is a fork of the 2 horses, and then we just slowly, methodically convert the game. Like we just go here, we go here. This just converting. This sacrifice was because I thought I had some sort of attack. Actually, this is top engine. I thought there was some sort of attack after captures back. Apparently, I had to play this But I wouldn't spot that in a blitz game with 40 seconds on the clock. So we play this instead. I mean, I'm still completely winning, but rook takes c4. We sack the thing. We sack the rook for the bishop because we're overwhelmingly leading in material. Take. It's very instructive. King f2, rook c5, and we give this check, and we go back. King f5, we give this check. We go here. Sure, he can take my bishop, but I'm just fast in the attack here. I'm just gonna hunt down all the pawns, and actually, here's something really funny happens. I blunder mate, but there's no continuation because the guy ran out of time. So I actually didn't plan for this, but I actually had a mate of my own here. I mean, I had a mate of my own, but instead of like mating him, I gave my opponent a mate, and he ran out of time, and I win this like by the seer hands with the chess gods. Yeah. So that's that. Apparently, rook d5. Rook d5 is a draw. This is a draw. Holy crap. By stalemate. Wow. Okay. That's the first game. Honestly, if he had like one more millisecond of time left, he would have mated me. But he didn't. So I win the first game with a very funny introduction. Okay, so in the second game we have an English. Okay, so I wasn't prepared for like him to play in English. I actually studied his openings. It was already in a Scandinavian, but we're not gonna see a Scandinavian because I'm playing d4, and yeah, that's that. Anyway, we have e5. This is the most aggressive way to play against the English, the reverse Sicilian. Now it's called King's English. That was used to be called reverse Sicilian variation. Now it's called... Okay, so apparently this is the reverse Sicilian now. Okay, so this is the King's English. But I remember e5 was the reverse Sicilian. Anyway, c6. This is a way to play against the English. d4 getting a little confrontational. Take knight f6. Bishop g5 puts some pressure. Bishop e7. Queen e5. I just castle here, which I do. Knight e4. And apparently in this position, there's just this. But I just did not go for it because there's this. I was kind of scared for my king's safety after this move, but then I forgot it. He just hangs the queen. But in a blitz game with no time increment, of course, you're not going to think about playing the best moves. You're going to think about playing faster. Rook e8. It's completely equal because of knight f6, not that. You have to take with the bishop here. Because when I take back, then you can do this actually. But I will just fuck up my pawn structure. And you actually kind of have an advantage here. But you took with the knight. The difference here is that I'm actually up in material. Because you took with the most forcing piece first. And I took with the pawn. After that, then, you know. I just have a very, very powerful bishop. Knight f3, queen a5 check. This nice little crisscross applesauce by the red arrow zone here. Knight d2, bishop takes b2, queen f4. I take the rock. Queen takes f7. And I mean, bringing back the queen is absurd, but I didn't find anything else with like 2 minutes on the clock. e3, queen e7. Tried to trade the queens. Queen h5, d6, bishop d3. No mate threats so far. Knight a6, knight f3. Okay, now he's gonna try to threaten a mate. But I have bishop 3 check, king e2, bishop e6, and knight e5. Here's where I actually started thinking for like time. And I thought here for 30 seconds, and I found bishop g8. f4, very aggressive, but there was mate in 2 here, actually, which I missed. But I got kind of scared of the mate threat, and we went on a massive time scramble for who is going to win this. Actually, here he blunders, kind of. But we're on a massive time scramble. The moves don't matter because we're, like, trying to, you know, time scramble. Some pre-moves, some of that, some of this. Actually, the evol is completely winning for me. But in this game, after a long time, I lost in time. The move didn't register because of my weak ping and the fact that America has a way better ping than Europe. So, I lost the game on time. Very sad. He had like 0.2 seconds on the clock. I'm not even joking. But yeah, let's go to the third game. Alright, for the third game, actually, at the time, my eyes started to hurt a little bit, and I couldn't see. Kinda. I mean, I don't have glasses, but I couldn't see. So I have another one of those, you know, classic readies and 4 pawns. This time he doesn't commit with e4, which is... I mean, he doesn't commit e4 until this move, which is... Okay, we'll just have the same repeat of this. Okay, castle, c takes, and knight b3, b6... Okay, ignore the Discord. Okay, please. Apparently, this is possible. And if you take back, then you have a center fork trick. Center fork trick is a tactic where you can sacrifice your horse or sometimes a bishop and then immediately win back the piece. That is a way you can like immediately equalize. And generally it's considered a good advantage, but in this case there's this, but you still take that because two pieces are better for the rook. Like if you go for this, I mean, then there's like check, and then, you know, it's kind of in the balance. Your king safety is very questionable, and now we're equally material. Nuts. But I didn't go, nobody went for that, so we have bishop g5 instead. A repeat of the last time. h6, bishop h4, bishop b7. Again here, this is possible, but I was kind of scared of my king safety. Especially blitz game, bishop b7. Knight bd2, bishop b4, a3, bishop b7, and knight c4. And actually, the blunders begin very early with the move bishop a6. Blunders a center pawn. Now, the reason it's just +2, absurd, but +2, is because the center pawn is far more important than any other pawn. In this case, I mean, except the f2 pawn or the f7 pawn, which protects the king. In this case, it actually is the base of a pawn chain. Ignore YouTube, ignore the natives. And this is very devastating, because I'm actually forced to trade, queen d6, and yeah, this move is very strong. I mean, I'm surprised you found that, honestly. This is a really strong move. Not only does my rook have to move, I'm actually getting forked, but he did not see that. And, yeah, apparently this was also very strong, but, I mean, he got spotted in the game. But first we had this. Here, I had to take with a pawn, but instead of taking the pawn, I took the freaking queen, and I got my ass forked, and I lost the rook. And I had some chances, though. Like, it got a little terrifying. Here we had a brilliant move, actually, this. But you can actually take this, and after you go here, try to throw in a mate, there's this move, which is just savage. And you just, if you try to go here, you stop mate. But instead, we had a little bit of more hope, and after e5, and, you know, all this conundrum, after this, we have bishop c8, rook d4, rook e4, blunder of a rook, queen d8 check, king h7, queen f8, bishop h3, and I hung a queen, and all my chances of trying to raise some sort of counterplay are gone. And the game proceeded with me trying to raise as little counterplay as possible, some windmill tactic, but, you know, and I had to succumb to a mate here. And instead of going for the fastest mate, oh, wait, this one hangs a rook. That's why I didn't go for it. Don't mind me. I'm just sleepy. He went for this one. Okay. Terrific. Now let's move on to the final game. Quick rule of thumb. If your eyes hurt before a chess game, don't play chess. Just call it for the night, okay? Look at this here. It's 2 a.m. His stream started at 12 midnight. And I stayed up because I'm a crazy person. Anyway, let's move on to the final game. Alright, so this next game is kind of a short one. But, for the final game is worth talking about. So, I had white this time. Now, I wanted to choose black all the time because, you know, I just wanted to give him the first move, try to set the tone of the game, because I saw he actually plays a different opening than the Reti all the time. And that opening happens to be the English, which, well, there's ways to, like, you know, just annoy people that play the English. Anyway, we have a Trompowski. Do you remember the last time we had a Trompowski on this video, on this channel? You remember the time? It was like, what, 2 weeks? 1 or 2 months ago in League official tournaments? Yeah, probably that one. And, yeah, we have e6. So, this is the line that I play. Generally, what I want to do is, I want to go here. And then, most people just take here because, the bishop outside of the pyramid is very bad. And you're going to try to finish up your development. You can try to do this. And you go here, and then you go here, and then you retreat, and then, you know, you just go f4 here. And if they go for this, you just block, so they're not going to do that. They're going to castle instead. You're going to go knight here. And you've got this nice little climb out in center. That's the whole point of the Trompowski, if they, like, go for a immediate d5 or, you know, some other stuff. But I always go for this type of structure, no matter what they play, except if it's, like, blunders or something. But we have e3, you know, classic setups, d5. This is back to a normal Trompowski without the classical defense on it, which is surprising, but whatever. c3, okay? Bishop b7, bishop d3. I actually waited here till I got attacked, which was... okay, here we got the clamp, now we get attacked. I mean, I could still retreat the bishop, but it's going to be bad, and it's not going to participate in the game. So I'm just going to take here and set up this nice little dark square barrage and defend the thing here. And he blunders a pawn. promptly taken. And except from the pawn, he also blunders a knight. And then this, and then this. Okay, so terrific. So he has a very nice rook on the center. Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why I took with this c pawn here. What is it? I don't know why I took with this pawn. I should have taken with this pawn because, one, it opens up the f-file for attacks. Two, this is a better pawn to take with. Normally, you don't want to like give away the center for no reason, but sure, that also works. Castles and bishop h3. Okay. I want to be a little funny and I didn't take the bishop instantly, but he insisted. Here's a trap, actually. If you take it with a queen, you actually get punished brutally. And even then, it's not clear who's winning. Which is nuts. I mean, it's minus 0.5 in a position that's supposed to be minus 11. Probably because of the fact that my king is very weak. It should be a little higher than minus 0.7, but whatever. Instead of falling for the trap, we check with the queen first. And then we take with the king, and then he brings the queen. Sure, king h1. And rook c8, there's no mate. Some people in the chat were screaming like, there's mate for white. But no, there's no mate. Bishop g6, set up some ideas. This is kind of good, but at the same time, I'm just going to do this. And yes, you can take, but then you just lost. Anyway, we have this move, which prepares the capture. I take with the c-pawn, c6, rook a to e1, and h5. It looks like black is chilling, queen f5. Pretty much threatens forces a queen trade. Instead of that, we have this, and it's actually mate. It's kind of funny how the queen you rejected to take is the one that actually sets you on fire. And the rook on the f-file, you know, I won that open f-file for attacks. And that f-file is kind of winning the game here. I'm going to be honest with you. That king is running away from a queen that is charged with arson. And yeah. So, quick recap. If you see any knight of 6 on your d4s, play a nice little bishop g5. Go find some Gotham chess video that talks about it from asking. Go watch like different YouTuber, like for example, Hanging Punch. He has some very good videos and openings. Explains it very well. Probably more better than Gotham chess, but Gotham chess sets it up as a system-based openings and not like theory-based, which is for specific openings it doesn't work. But in this one, it's alright. You go for a nice little stonewall setup, like in this example. I guess it's a kind of way to show you how to play the stonewall, but in some cases your games might look very different. These YouTuber chess games will continue. That was just a test to see if it works. Hope you liked the game. Sorry if they were like blitz and they were short, because listen, in blitz there is something we call time management. And on a 3-minute game, you need to manage your time well. And when I play blitz, I play like 5 minutes, not 3 minutes, but whatever. I'll see you guys next time. There's a recap coming soon, or a chess lesson. Depends which one comes first. The counter to Reddy's and G3 B3 systems. That one is also coming very soon. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Anyways, I'll see you guys.